Jesse Taylor's Seafood, it was there for a long time before I even got there. But it was new to me in 1971. 16 years old, came up to D.C., worked my butt off. I was the gopher, but I also had a knack for waiting on customers right away. 3 brothers started it, and that formed Jesse Taylor's Seafood. It's nice to have a well to go to. We're afraid of losing it to what's going on now. We've come a long way since.
The idea for redevelopment of the Southwest waterfront first came from the city in 2000. It was approved in 2006, and in 2010, developers designed a 2-phase plan for the new wharf. It would come to be a mile-long community in a once ignored and underdeveloped area, except for a few long-standing businesses. Jesse Taylor's and the original wharf, seen hidden behind the construction, are part of those historic businesses.
We joined forces, us and P. Hoffman, as 2 developers, and we kind of designed this project to where it is today. 2014 we broke ground, in 2017 we delivered. We successfully built phase 1, and now we're actually looking at phase 2. So all this mixed together is what creates this place as a destination. This has been specifically designed to really give you access to the water. We have such different options in terms of food and experience, as well as music with the Anthem and the Perth Street music venues. It's not just a street with restaurants, and it's also a place for people to actually live and work with all the office and the residential buildings that we have.
There's a $2 billion project going on. Millions can't mess with billions. You can't fight City Hall. You can fight it, but you probably lose. They're kind of like sandwiching us a little bit. We think they're trying to squeeze us out. And we've been with them the whole time.
The fish market is the eldest market in the U.S. and we think there's big value to it in terms of, first of all, it drives around old people from D.C., Virginia, and Maryland that come and buy their seafood from there. And the history itself is just so important to us to maintain and preserve and keep this fact because it's very authentic.
The Main Avenue Municipal Fish Market is the oldest open-air market in the United States, dating back to the 1800s. Originally, boats who sold their seafood at the wharf were not permanent fixtures until the city announced the allowance of permanent barges. This area also hid runaway slaves from the Underground Railroad. After the Civil War, many newly freed slaves and people of color who were members of Washington, D.C.'s troops settled in the underdeveloped area. The fish cleaning and oyster shucking shed is the last standing structure from the municipal fish market and was recently labeled a historical landmark. When complete, it will be transformed into a modern oyster restaurant surrounded by a new Italian market and the old barges.
If you walk on one of our piers, you can see also that there's a picture every few feet that you walk with the history of the Southwest, reminding people how you can hedge on historical locations and improve them while preserving some of its history.
The wharf is just a part of my history, so I'm praying that no matter how much they build up and build around it, that they don't push them out.
We're actually developing around it not only the other oyster bar, we're actually developing a whole concept of Italian and other food markets that are going to benefit from the fish market and going to help also the fish market succeed as well.
I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. I really would like to see that the developers incorporate the old with the new, because the old is part of who we are here in the water. This is absolutely beautiful. We're enjoying it.
Well, I think this is a nice thing to build up the area because the whole D.C. needs to be built up. Bring more people down, really see the city.
It brought us down today.
They're all looking beautiful down there. And up our way, God, man, we felt like, well, leftovers. It's the smarts of it all. I mean, that's where we're at now, moving in a fast, rapid world. And that's what's happening with the wharf now. And we are the fish market. They've literally taken our name so they can distinguish the two.
This is not the fish market. This is the wharf.
That's a sightseeing thing over there. This is the wharf, a seafood place. And, so, I guess they pay for the name and what have you. But, this is the wharf. It's always been a wharf.
It's more than just a name to the Southwest locals. It's an identity of the community they've been a part of their whole lives.
You can actually come here and may not have seen people in years, and you will bump into them. It's just like I just saw my niece I haven't seen in 3 years.
It's a gathering place, you know.
Yes.
It's like going to church, you know.
It's nostalgic. It brings back my childhood memories. Come in, good music, everybody's vibing. But it was just a good family feeling that you get from the wharf. Just because you can make things new and shiny and much more expensive, it's at the cost of so many people who have lived here for so long, who've actually been the foundation of this city, and now everything's being uprooted, and it's sad. It was so crazy down here, you couldn't even get in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Our customers would come, park anywhere they wanted, hurry up, get their seafood, and go home. All those parking spaces are gone now. With the new construction coming up, that's turned into our new dumpster. Keep that smell away from these new condos.
But the impact of the development on the future of Jesse Taylor's and the original wharf community still hangs in the air.
Here comes the scary part, because we are on barges. They weren't paying much wharfage before. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pay more wharfage if it's not like a lease. And what does that mean? That means our price is going to have to go up to match this. We don't know how that's going to affect us. I don't know if we can maintain that. They would love to invest a lot more, their own personal money, into making it better. But when you're not promised tomorrow and you're listening to these customers and the rumors, you're afraid to invest. We can only hope, we can only pray for a prettier tomorrow.
When children come out and families come out and see live crab and fresh fish, it's fantastic. I'm all for revitalization and praying that that includes the local folks. It would be a tragic loss to lose the ambiance of the local flavor.
People are afraid of changes. I am. Roll with the changes. Don't be afraid. God's got this. You can fight, but maybe there wasn't a battle to fight. Go along with it. That's why we went along with these people. Not that we probably had a choice, but it's paid off from what I see. We don't have nothing against them. Instead of really like squeezing us right out of the wharf, I didn't see that last week. So we're looking forward to the future. Doing only thing we really know how to do, seafood. That's us. If it's not catching it, it's selling it. We're really watermen. This is our bread and butter. And it's been for all our lives. Jesse Taylor, man, until the end. That I've had a long run. I've experienced a lot. Jesse Taylor's been good to me. The whole wharf has been good to me. Just thankful for what they gave me. God's got his hand in this. You might close that window, but he's going to open up another door. Jesus and Mama always loved me, even when the devil had control. Jesus and Mama always loved me. This I know.